Hello guys, my name is Vladimir Nosko. I'm champion of Latvia and Estonia in boxing, and today I'll teach you what I can do good is boxing. I'll show you a couple of punches, how to sleep, roll punches, how to move in the ring, and how to basically stand and box. If you are just beginning, if you don't know a thing about boxing, don't worry, don't be afraid. This tutorial is specifically for you. I'll be focusing more on the beginner and intermediate stuff, and I'll slowly move from very basic, from how to stand, how to keep your hands up, to different punch combinations, and I hope you enjoy it. So the first things first. To start to study boxing, first you have to know how to stand properly. The feet are the most important. They give you balance, you move with them. Movement is really important for boxing. You have to have strong feet. So the first stance. The orthodox, it's for right-handed people when you have your left leg in front and the right leg at the back. And as you can see, they're sort of on this rectangular shape. You can draw that, so they're not like side to side because you won't have any balance back and forth, and they're not like too close on the one line, so you'll just fall if you get hit. They're decently spaced, not too wide, not too narrow. When you're boxing, you don't want to cross step. You don't do it. You'll fall. And one of the most important things is this is wrong. Don't ever have the legs straight. You always have to have your knees bent so you can move fast and you can use your legs to generate power for your shots. For my left-handed people, you won't stand in this stance. You will stand in the opposite. This is called southpaw stance. So your right leg is in front and your left leg is in the back. But other than that, is all the same thing. Your legs should be decently spaced apart. Once again, not too wide, not too narrow. Knees bent always, and you have to be balanced in order to properly move and punch. This is wrong because this left shoulder is meant to protect your chin. You have to put it like upwards, and then you can bring your hand up. Let me show you this, because if somebody will punch me here, the punch will just leave over my shoulder, and I won't be hurt. That's the main thing. But if the shoulder is down, my chin is easily hittable, and so you have to always get your left shoulder up. With the right hand, also in a fist, and it should be near your chin or your nose, sort of like in this area. You don't want it to be down, never. Even if you're punching like something with left, you always have to get it up, and when you hit, you want to bring it back to the same place. The left hand, it's not, you can stand like, there are different types of stances, but mostly you want to stand like this. The left hand should be a bit in front, but not so far back, so you can easily defend and attack. So the same thing for the southpaws. You just mirror basically what I said. Your right shoulder should be up. Yes, so you can even dodge some punches just with the shoulder. So your right hand will be up in the front, and your more powerful hand, the left, should be in the back, protecting your chin. And what also is important is you have to have your chin down. So if you box like this, you'll be easily hittable. But if you tuck your chin and really tuck into your shoulders, your opponent won't be able to hit you. Okay, so other most important thing is you always want your elbows to face directly down. So this is what is called like chicken elbows. You don't want to do that. You want to always have them down, so you will protect your body, and it will help you to keep this right hand up in your chin. Because if you If you tilt your elbow, it will easily fall down, but if you focus on having it straight pointing to the ground, like an arrow, it will be easier for you to have it near your chin. So a lot of people ask me, like, why do you keep your most powerful arm, like it's right or left, dependent if you're right or left-handed, in the back, not in the front? And my answer is, you don't wanna, you have to imagine your most powerful hand as like your sniper rifle. So if you hit it, you'll do a lot of damage. By your left hand, it should be like a machine gun. You can constantly hit it, you can afford to miss. But with the right hand, if you'll miss, your whole body is gonna be open. And it's gonna be easy, really easy for another boxer to punch you and deal a lot of damage. So what you usually want to do is you want to always work with your jab. I'll explain more in the details, like each punch later. Is your left hand, you always want to be working your opponent to overwhelm him. And this can blur his vision, because if, I can show you. Because the glove is really big. So if your glove will only face your opponent, he won't be able to see anything, and it will be really easy to hit your punches. For example, a lot of professional boxers, they don't even punch with the left arm. They sort of like tap it, hit it, just keep it close to their opponent to hide like really powerful punch. That's why it is crucial to always work with your left hand, and it can also help in your defense and your attack. It's just what it is. And trust me, if you work a lot with your jabs, your shoulder is gonna burn. But it's the sacrifices you have to make to become a good boxer. So as you can see, I have these gloves in my hands, which means I'm gonna show you how to punch. But first thing first, like a lot of people who are new to boxing, they don't know how to properly put their gloves on, but don't stress. It's really, you just open this glove in the bottom. It can be going over here, but for this gloves, it's just here. You just slide your hand all the way. So it's really important. And here there is like a grippy stick that you can actually grab, and you just close it, and that's really easy. I can do it with my own hand, but I mean, if you're a beginner, maybe you'll have trouble putting in your other hand, but don't worry, it's just practice. So the first punch that I'm gonna show you, it's arguably the most important one, but it is also the simplest. This is the jab. This is just the left straight punch, and I already told you it is really crucial to be able to use it in different ways, in defense and attack, just to overwhelm your opponent. So how do you actually do it? I'll show you right there in the front. First, you want to have your hands up, and when you hit it, all the power in boxing comes from your legs. So you want to use your legs to extend your arm, and you always want to remember to keep your right hand on the guard near the chin. And basically, that's how you hit the jab. You just straighten up your arm, and it's just practice. I can show you, but it's like this. If you train it, it can be really powerful. It can help you a lot in boxing. But as I told you, it is most important punch in the boxing. And a bit more advanced thing you can do after you learn how to do one jab is 2, 3, or even 4 jabs, which can really surprise your opponent. So basically 2 jabs is when you hit one jab, don't forget to bring your arm back and hit another one. Some opponents won't expect it, so if you hit one jab, they'll ease their guards up and you can come back at them with 2 jabs. I can show you how it's done. Yeah, and other thing that is really important in boxing is breathing. Yeah, it's crucial to breathe out when you punch, and don't hold your breath. You'll get out of breath in 30 seconds if you hold your breath. You always wanna exhale when you hit, so you can get more power. Like, yeah, so you always want to be breathing. This is really important in boxing. So the second punch, this is the straight right punch. Straight left is your southpaw, if you're lefty. But yeah, straight right punch. How you do it? Yeah, you're in the boxing stance, and you do the same thing. You just extend your right arm. But here, as you can notice, my right part of the body is behind my left, and I can use this momentum, use my hips to drive my right hand to the front. That's why you see the boxers using the legs, twisting the legs. This is just to create power. You have to do this, because if I hit like this, well, it's not really powerful. But if I use my whole back, my punch becomes so much powerful. And I can show you again. You use your legs, you twist your whole body, and you just extend your arm. And yeah, it's really important to have your left hand in your guard. And other thing, there are combinations with the straight punches. It's basically, yeah, the basics. Why do you want to do that? Why don't you want to hit your most powerful punch in the beginning? Because your most powerful punch will probably be a bit slower, and because the right hand is at the back, it will take more time to reach the target. So your opponent will have a lot of time to duck, to sleep this punch. That's why you wanna first hit a jab, maybe combo of jabs, and then hit your right hand. And one of my tips for you is when you hit your right hand, you notice if you finish your combination, you have to turn all the way back into your original stance. What can you do to cheat a bit? You can just throw the left jab, so it will turn your body back, and you can safely retreat. So it's just one tip for you. So the second type of punches is your hooks. There are left hook and right hook. And there are different variations how you hit them. So the first one, the most popular, is so-called European. You just hit in hooks. It's really important to use your legs to drive that momentum, to get that power. So you hit a left hook by hitting like so. Your arm should be in a sort of 90-degree angle. It should be usually on the line of eyesight, and it's important to twist that leg. You should really drive it into your target. So, and you don't want to hit it, you don't want to bring it back and then hit it from here, being all that slumpy. You just want to be really tight, and hit it like so. The other variation, sort of American, Mexican, is when you don't turn your hand all the way here, you leave it open. I usually hit it like that because I don't know, I just go used to it. I feel like I get more power with it. But I recommend for the beginners, first use this variation, and then you can go back. You can go to this variation. And the thing is, the first type is more useful in a long range combat. So if you hit like on a long range, yeah, it's better. But if you're on a short range with your opponent, you can't really, you don't really have the time to twist your hands. You need to just boom, boom, sit it like Mexican style, like that. So I'm gonna show you how how to do the last hook. It's gonna be fast. As you can see, I was twisting my leg and using all of my body, even my legs, to generate power to my body. So yeah, I showed you the left. Now it's time for the right. A lot of fighters love this punch because it's basically the most power you can get from a punch. So it's basically the same. You just bring your right arm like so, also 90-degree angle. Yeah, in the first variation, you twist your hand so it will be horizontally. And also, really crucial, once again, use these legs. Use these knees to really get this power. Look. Yeah, hands or legs are really important. And what you want to do is when you, if you punch your right hand, you want to bring your left back to the chin so you always protect yourself. And don't forget to keep the shoulders up, even in the straight punches, because you can hit a jab and hide behind your shoulder, and no one will be able to punch you. So yeah, and this is also the Mexican style, like that. Just don't twist your hand. Yeah, just leave it like that. It's more powerful. Yeah, as I told you. And right now let's get into the combination that you can get with jabs and hooks. Because really, if you can hit jabs and hooks properly, you're pretty much, you can be a decently good boxer. Because this, maybe some people say it's the only thing you mainly need. Of course, you need the other punching, but it's the main thing is straight punches and your hooks. So what you want to do first, you don't want to throw a hook because it's pretty slow, especially with the right hand, and it's easily dodgeable. So what you want to do is you first want to hit jabs, maybe just work a lot of jabs, maybe, and then you can hide your punch behind this jab and boom, boom. Yeah, you can twist yourself more to the right, so you can generate more power with your body. So yeah, one of the most popular combinations is left jab, right hook. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. But yeah, it's really simple. You just have to do the jab. Remember, your right hand should be on the chin, and then you twist your body. You change your hands. So the left hand is on your chin, and your right is on your target. The other thing you can do left, right, straight punches, and then hook. So your opponent will be defending against the straight punches, so you can go behind his guard into the hooks. I'll show you how. So it's basically, you're able to once again generate a lot of power because you're twisting your body other way and then you're hitting the hook. This is why a lot of people like hooks so much, because you're able to hit people so powerfully. So the next, many people call it a variation of hook. It's hook to the body. How you hit it is pretty similar to hook to the head. You just hit it down to the body. But you don't want to hit it like from a straight stance, just going down. You won't have any power. You want to go a bit down, and you want to put the majority of your weight on this leg, so you can really explode. Use this strong leg to make your punch as powerful as you can. So how you do it? Yeah, you start in the boxing stance, as we always, and you basically go a bit down, and from here you extend your arm, and yeah, as I said, it's pretty similar to hook. You just hit it down, and usually when you hit body punches, you're closer to your opponent, so they usually get shorter. So I can demonstrate how it's done. Yeah, as I already told you, you want to really excel when you're punching to gain more power and more speed out of your punches. So the same thing, just with the right hand. You start with your hands up, and you once again twist your body a bit. It should be fast. It shouldn't be like slow. But yeah, you put the majority of your weight now on this leg, so you can really explode with it and give your hand as much as momentum you can, so you can increase your power on your punch. I'll show you how. Like so. So the next punch type will be the uppercut. A lot of people love it because it looks cool. It's not really that useful, but it is crucial to create versatility. So you can use different punches and different angles to penetrate to your opponent's guard. So how do you actually do that? Uppercut is pretty surprisingly, it's really similar to hook, but you just go not by horizontal axis, you go by vertical. So how do you do this? You start in a boxing stance. You also, how we did it in a hook, you move a bit down, you put the majority of your weight on your left foot if you want to punch with left hand, and you just explode. But when you done the hook, we explode like sideways. Here we explode up, and you want to really stretch the hand, and yeah, it's really similar to hook. Your hand will also be like a 90-degree angle sort of. So yeah, you just tilt a bit and then explode. Yeah, once again, keep this hand here so you protect your body, your head. This is really important. I can't really show you uppercut in this back because obviously it's vertical. So yeah, you just punch like so. So the next punch is the right uppercut. Basically, as all the punches, it's pretty much the same. You just add more tilt to your body because you have more room for hips to drive. So once again, you tilt right now on the right side, and you just explode with your hand forward. Boom. Okay, once again, twist this foot, use your feet to create power. And what a lot of people do wrong, they don't fully twist their hands. So they finish uppercut like this. And this is wrong, as all the punches you have to really twist your hands so you can gain as much power as you can. So with uppercuts, you generally want to finish like this, so your knuckles will be sort of horizontal, perpendicular to the ground. However, there is a type of uppercut when you hit like this, completely not turning the head. Why do you do this? Is to penetrate the tight guard. As you can see here on the top, my gloves are bigger, but in the bottom they are smaller, so there is a gap. If this gap is big enough, you can sort of slide your hand through it and hit your opponent. It won't be hard punch because you don't have this momentum when you spin your hand. But it will just annoy him, and this may be useful to create different combinations. So right now I'm going to show you different types of combinations. They involve straight hooks, uppercuts, and punches to the body. Some of the most popular combinations that are present, and they're just useful. So the first combination is left jab, right to the head, and left hook to the body. This is really powerful combination. This is mostly used in the short distance fights, where you can really explode. You can really put pressure first on his head, and then if you put his hands too up, you can sort of penetrate his body. The same exact thing you can do, just the other way. You can start with the left of the body and right of the head, also to move his guard up and down. And it's just, boxing is just rising creativity. There are a lot of combinations. It can be as long as 8 punches. So it can be like, yeah, but it all depends on the situation and what's your opponent doing, how is he built, what is his style, and yeah, you just have to be creative sort of and try a lot of different things. So when we know how to punch your opponent, it's even more important to know how to defend, to keep yourself safe and be able to punch and not get punched. So you ask me how to defend yourself. So when you're in your stance, you're pretty safe for maybe one punch. You have the time to not get hit on the first punch basically. But after that, you wanna get into your defense stance. So then basically, two most popular stance in defense. One is much more beginner friendly and it's just more popular, is straight when you block all the shots. It's what you is the first mistake people do is they stand straight to their opponent because yeah, once again with their stance, because your whole body is open to your opponent's punches. If you tilt a bit, you can easily cover more. You can easily defend more punches with this hand, and don't worry about these punches because the opponent can't punch you in the back. So you can really tilt as much as you can in order to defend. Other mistake is you want to look through your gloves, but you see a punch just coming right at you. You want to keep your guard tight and sometimes react to hooks with this slow movements in order to misdirect the punches if they're coming at you. Yeah, and also if you're getting punched in a body, my body is pretty long and my elbows don't really cover all of my body, so I have to move my arms in order to defend all of the body punches. Some people are more fortunate and their elbows cover all of their body, but yeah, it's just the thing that it is. Yeah, sometimes you have to sort of roll a bit, and it helps when you get punched. So this down movement. So the other more popular defense stand is Philly shell defense. And also a lot of people call it Mayweather defense, but it's really called Philly shells. When your left hand is down and protecting your body, it's crucial to keep your left shoulder up. It is impossible to box with this hand and not have your shoulder up. And your right hand is basically up there and it's used to cover straight punches and hooks. The thing with these defense types, it is really effective. This is extremely effective because boxers are really frustrated when they can't land a proper punch and when their punch like slips. And all this defense does is when they hit here, their punches just slip with their shoulder. Here you're able to block them, and here they can't hit you in your body. So it's really frustrating when you can't hit your opponent properly, and that's what defense does. However, this is not beginning friendly at all. You should start with this defense, master your stance, and then you should slowly move do this because trust me, you'll get punched in your head quite a lot of time before you'll master this defense. So the other movement that is crucial for defending is sweeping and rolling punches. So if you're getting punched, you can add a sort of punch bag, tap it, and the punch will be misdirected, or you can slip the punch. How can you do that? So if the left, if you're getting hit with the left, you want to roll to the right, and when you hit to the right, you want to slip to the left. It's basically just opposite. So if you're getting hit, for example, with the left or with the right, what you want to do? You want to do as in the beginning how you wanted to hit hook. You want to put the majority of your weight on this leg and move your head away from the punching line. This what it is a mistake. You always have to keep your hands up because you never know if you did it successfully or not. You want to always protect yourself in order to not get punched. So I look like it. And then it should be fast. And it should be unpredictable. So the other side is when you punch, if you're getting pushed, for example, with a jab. For example, you can take, if your opponent, he'll probably do 2 jabs to keep him this way. You can take 1 jab, and when he'll hit the second jab, you can slip. So once again, you put the majority of your weight on the right leg, and you move your body from a center line of a shot. And what is pretty important with slipping is moving your legs forward. This is really crucial when you're, for example, attacking. For example, you're slipping a punch, and if you slip properly, if you slip just on the one place, it'll be harder for you to cut the distance. But if you're with a slip, you'll do the short step forward. You'll be able to put in more weight, and you'll be able to generate more power when you're coming out of slip. So if you basically slip the punch, you can slip it forward and boom, and you basically just counter punch. And the same thing with when you're slipping, for example, the jab. Boom, you move a bit, and you explode. So this is slipping. This is mainly for straight punching. But if your opponent punches you with a hook, slipping may be a bit awkward. What you do against hooks, you roll. So what is it? You basically move your head from one direction, from one place, like that, to another, while you're getting hit. So basically, if you see the hook coming, you want to roll under it. It's really important, not just to turn like that. You have to move with your legs, and always look at what your opponent is doing, and what he's planning to do next. So, for example, if you're getting hit with a right hook on this side, you should sort of do a little water squat and just move under the hook. And this will help you also to generate power, so you can counterpunch right after you get punched. So the left hook, basically the same thing, just different direction. You start with the hands up, and when you see the hook is coming, you basically fall on your foot, move your head, then you can move it up, and then you can quarter punch. And also you can do it with a stepping forward, like this, because you're going down. You can just place your foot in front, pull this, and now you're much closer to your opponent, and you can penetrate his back. The same with the right hand. It's a bit more awkward, but if you master it, and you can also use it to move other crucial part of boxing is how you move. So you definitely don't want to walk around the ring like that. You want to stay in your stance and move sometimes usually one leg at a time. And you don't want to, once again, you have to keep your knees bent, because if you just walk with a straight, you walk like a penguin, you will be slow, you won't be able to do anything. But here you can actually just slide around your opponent. You can use one foot to pivot, and you can create different angles. So for example, my opponent is looking at me, I'm boxing him, then I can pivot, and he's still looking at that direction, but I have more angles to punch, and if I'll do it fast enough, I use my foot and to pivot around the opponent to really use, because he has only two hands, and of course he'll have some parts of his body open, and I really want to use this to my advantage. Yeah, so you move basically by sliding. Sometimes when you're tired, you want to just like hop on your feet, maybe just use your left hand, feint a bit, just to create an illusion that you're going to do something, but your opponent doesn't know that you're tired, and you're using this time to get a little breather, and then you can start doing like your thing, you can box, you can really go into it. So this is the end of my video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I could help you basically to get what the feel of what boxing is, and maybe help you progress a bit. And I hope you'll stick with boxing, because this is a really amazing sport. I love it, and thank you so much. See you next one.